guys? Jonny May here, and welcome to this week's quick tip where I'm going to teach you how to create smoother blues lines whenever you're improvising the blues. Now, I hear a lot of students when they're first learning how to improvise the blues, they basically play their blues scale up and down the piano. And this is great, but after a while it can start to sound very repetitive. You see, if you want your blues to sound interesting, you need to use harmonies in your blues improvisation. So in today's lesson, I'm going to teach you how to incorporate harmonies into your blues solo using the grips method. This is a very simple method, and once you understand this, you'll be able to play more interesting and smoother blues lines. Now, before we start the lesson, I want to mention that next week we're launching our summer special for up to 50% off the Piano with Jonny membership. I'll put a link to that below, and let's go ahead and get started. Alright, the first step to improvising blues is to make sure you know the blues scale. If you already know the blues scale, you can skip ahead. If you don't know the blues scale, here it is in the key of C. The blues scale, we're going to play this first on a C7 chord. So we have C, E, G, and B flat. The blues scale is C, that's the thumb, E flat, thumb under to F, third finger on F sharp, thumb on G, third finger on B flat, and the thumb on C, okay? Make sure you know the blues scale before proceeding in this lesson, because all of the notes you're going to use to improvise use that C blues scale, okay? So make sure you know this scale, and once you know this scale, you're feeling pretty good with this scale, let's talk about the grips. And the grips is such an important idea because this is how you can basically tie your blues lines together. You can create those kind of smoother blues lines. Here are the three grips that you need to know. Okay, first grip, we're going to take it on the top part of that C blues scale. We've got the G, B flat, and C, okay? The fingering really matters here. You want the thumb on the G, the middle finger on B flat, and you want the ring finger on C, okay? That's grip number one. Make sure you memorize this. Grip number two uses these three notes, very crunchy blues notes. We have F, G flat, and C, okay? And now again, the fingering really matters here. You want the thumb on the F, the two finger on the G flat, and the pinky on the C. And the reason the fingering matters is this will help you create those smooth lines that feel like they connect with each other. The third grip you really need to know here is grip number three, and it's all five of these notes. We have C, E flat, F, G, and A, okay? That's grip number three, all five fingers, five notes, okay? Let's review them one more time. Grip number one, grip number two, and grip number three. All right, sounding great on this. By the way, if you're enjoying this lesson, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for more videos just like this. So those are the three grips. And once you know these grips, you'll start to be able to play these amazing blues lines. Now, before we create lines, you need to understand what we can do with each of these grips because they're kind of unique grips. Let's start with grip number one. Now, with grip number one, there's kind of three techniques that I like to use: eighth notes, triplets, and turns, okay? Eighth notes go like this. Okay? They're a very simple rhythmic value. Basically, I'm just taking those top three notes, and by the way, this is a little exercise for you to practice this, but I'm going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay? The second note value I like to use with grip number one is the triplet note value. Okay? Basically, I'm going C, B flat, G, B flat, C, B flat. And then I repeat it. C, B flat, G, B flat, C, B flat, okay? The rhythm is what matters here. We count it 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and that's how we count triplets, okay? The next thing I like to do with grip number one are called turns. This is a really cool idea. The turn, basically, I start on that B flat, I turn off of that note by going up, down, down, okay? So B flat, C, B flat, G, that's your turn, so, and then I come back up B flat, C, and you can just practice that. The rhythm is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, make sure you master that turn rhythm. By the way, you can master the turn technique, the triplets, your eighth notes, and do exercises on these techniques and all of the techniques that I like to do when I'm improvising the blues in our 10-lesson blues challenge over at pianowithjohnny.com. I'll put a link to that below if you want to check that out. All right, now that you have grip number 1, let's talk about grip number 2. Grip number 2 uses these 3 notes, okay? So this is a grip that uses harmonies, okay? Whenever you're playing the blues, okay, that is the sound of grip number 2. Basically, I'm combining that G flat and the C on top with the F and the C on top, okay? So it's a harmonized grip. Now there's 2 rhythms that I like to use on this. The 8th note, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. I'm basically harmonizing both of these positions, and the other one is a triplet. Triplet, 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 okay? For this one, I'm starting on G flat and C. I come down to F by itself, and then G flat by itself, okay? And you can practice your triplets. Triplet, 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 okay? So grip number 2 is a harmonized grip. We use eighth notes and triplets for this grip. The third grip uses a really cool idea called harmonized thirds. Here's the sound of your grip number 3 in the context of a solo. That, okay, that's the sound of grip number 3. And basically what we're doing is we're taking these 5 notes from this grip and we're harmonizing it in third intervals, okay? So you got the E flat and the G, that's fingers 2 and 4, okay? I come down a pivot note on the low C, I come up to my F and my A, I go back down to my C pivot note, and that's it. That's gonna be the sound of grip number 3. They're third intervals that are being harmonized with the pivot note C on the bottom. Now there's different rhythms you can do here. You can do eighth notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And you can do triplets, triplet, 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 triplet. Basically for this I'm going E flat G down to C, F and A. E flat G, C, F and A, okay? You can also do single notes. Okay, and basically for this grip number 3, I use these bottom 2 notes here, E flat and C, so you can practice this. All right, by the way, I do want to mention the lesson sheet music you're seeing up here on the top left of the screen is downloadable and printable over at pianowithjohnny.com. You can also check out the smart sheet music. This allows you to change the key of this sheet music to any key. You can practice this entire lesson in any key with the click of one button. So I'll put a link to all of that below. All right, let's talk about how to create lines using each of these grips. The first line I'm going to teach you is a sweet line. Check it out. Love the sound of this line. Basically, I'm going to start on grip number 1. I'm going to come down eighth notes, 1 and 2. Now I'm going to switch to grip number 2. That's going to be G flat and C, F and C. Now I'm going to go to grip number 3. Okay, that's going to be down here. I'm going to go E flat, C. Those are single notes. I'm going to harmonize the F and the A like we practiced earlier. Now come down to your E flat and G. Single note C. Now I'm going to go to grip number 3 with the B flat. And we're going to go to grip number 2, harmonized notes, and grip number 3. All the way down here, that's going to be harmonized E flat and G, down to your pivot note, F and A, down to your E flat and G. Does that make sense? And then we're going to repeat this again, same line. Okay, is this making sense? So we're starting in grip number 1, kind of high, grip 2, grip 3, grip 1, grip 2, grip 3. Doesn't that sound great? And basically we just constructed a really cool blues lick using these 3 grips, and it sounds way cooler than playing the single note blues scale. And so this is how blues musicians create licks and riffs. Now we're going to practice this a little bit faster, but before we do this, I want to mention a really great course. If you want to learn more blues licks and riffs like this, check out our Bible of Blues Riffs. You'll learn 120 blues riffs for the piano, and these are riffs at all playing levels. We start from beginner and we work our way to more advanced riffs. So I'll put a link to that below. Okay, let's play this a little bit faster. By the way, the second chord when you're playing the blues is called an F7 chord. We play it like this, okay? So here we go with the left hand. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 is together, and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we repeat, okay? All right, you're sounding great. Let's go ahead and play this with the included backing track. Here's how it goes. 1, 2, here we go. Okay, isn't that cool? So we're basically stringing together these ideas. I want to teach you lick number 2. This is another example of how you might string together these grips, and here's how it goes. All right, this is a really fun lick. This is actually starting on grip number 3, so we're going to be way up here on E flat and G. Go to that pivot note C, up to F and A, E flat and G, single note C, and now we're going to do a turn on grip number 1. Remember that we learned earlier? Now grip number 2, single note F. You can use a single note F there if you like. Grip number 3, and we're going to repeat the same lick down the piano. Turn on the grip number 1, grip number 2, and we're going to end. Okay, that's basically E flat and G, C, F and A, E flat and G down to C. Okay, this is grip number 3, okay? And we repeat that twice. All right, you're sounding great. Here's the timing of this line kind of slowly. Here it is. Okay, sounds awesome. Here it is with the backing track. 1, 2, here we go. All right, you're sounding great. By the way, the backing track is downloadable over at Piano with Jonny. I'll put a link to that below. And again, if you want to learn how to create licks like this, check out our 10-lesson blues challenge. You'll learn all of the techniques that I use to create blues lines. The final line you're going to learn is line number 3. I love the sound of this line. Check it out. Such a cool sounding line. Okay, for this line, we're going to start way up high on the E flat and the G. This is grip number 3. We're going to go down C. Now grip number 1, we're going to go B flat and G. We're going to go grip number 2 with the harmony. That's G flat C, single note F, and grip number 3, that's E flat to C, single notes, harmony on the F and the A, harmony on the E flat G, C, F and A. Okay? Now that's the first measure. You're going to repeat this again down the piano, but now we're down basically 1 octave. Okay, so after this F and A, we do the same thing. That's basically E flat and G, C, B flat, G. There's grip number 2, single note F, grip number 3, E flat, C, F and A, and then E flat, G, C, F and A, and then we end. Okay, that's E flat and G, C, B flat, C. And then we do it a second time. Does that make sense? All right, here it is nice and slowly. We'll start from the top. 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3, 4, and then we play that a second time. All right, here it is with the backing track. 2, 1, 2, here we go. All right, my friends, this concludes this week's quick tip, and if you enjoyed this lesson, I want to encourage you to check out pianowithjohnny.com. We have over 800 step-by-step lessons in jazz, blues, theory, technique, improvisation. It is the full learning platform for all playing levels. Also, be sure to check out the Piano with Johnny membership. This gives you unlimited access to all of our courses, plus you get to be part of our live monthly events, including our live Q&As, our live workshop lessons. We do student assessments where you can send me a video and I'll give you personalized feedback. We do weekly challenges for our students, student collaborations, and we have a ton of fun. So go check out Piano with Johnny, and I'll see you in the next one.